Hi everybody, I'm trying to create a summary, an audio summary of the 2 days training program that was conducted for volunteers who are going to be with us from 1st to 10th September during the mental health awareness program. This training program was titled Art of Counseling. When somebody comes to you to share problems, it is very important for you to know the right way and the right things that you need to say and do when you are counseling. So I'll keep it very precise. I will try my best to keep it precise. And also, I have a bad throat, so you will have to bear with me a bit. I would start by defining the difference between the counseling that is done commercially and the counseling that we do at Sabhata Foundation. Since they do it in exchange to a heavy fee, they encourage the steps that elongate the healing process. In some cases, they even convince the subject that depression is permanent. But we in past 6 years have tried our best to break the self-limiting beliefs surrounding mental health. So when we talk about counseling, we surround our counseling with the cognitive process of healing, which encourages self-healing by means of change in lifestyle, and of course by a complete makeover of the thought process. When we counsel, a process should be undertaken in 3 steps. Now, step 1 is understanding of the problem. Step 2 is knowing when and how to start giving a solution, and step 3 is the healing part. Starting with step 1, understanding the problem includes excellent listening. So you got to be an excellent listener. If you wish to be a good counselor, listen without interrupting and listen with full concentration. So if you look here and there and do not look interested, the person in front of you feels heartbroken, and that just adds to the damage that the person has come to you with. Second is, do not get carried away with the emotions, as that might make you lose your balance, and then you would see yourself giving extreme solutions. So getting carried away makes you give extreme solutions. And don't let your own baggage from the past, please highlight this, that do not let your own baggage from the past interfere with the solutions you give. Zero down yourself before you take up counselings. Um, then next is make the person feel at home. Your body language and eyes and face must have that warmth that makes them feel welcomed. And you cannot maintain a face that has warmth. That comes naturally when you have a heart full of compassion and love. So when you go ahead for counseling, make sure your heart is full of love and compassion. And when you talk, you must be very polite, and you must be very, very patient. Now, coming to step 2, people having mental health issues naturally have a habit to, repeat what hurts them. This is also an alert for us when we introspect. So, if you repeat something way too much, chances are that that is the thing that you need to heal within. So now when we are patiently listening, there has to be a limit, there has to be some point in time when we start offering solutions to them. So question is when to start doing it. The answer is when people start repeating. The moment they start repeating what they have already told you is the time when you gently interfere and ask them, is there anything more you wish to share? And their obvious answer would be yes, just more details of what happened. And that is when you start offering solutions. uh, you know so you have to gently break when they start repeating what they've already told you. That is where you start offering solutions. That is also a sign of being a good listener, that you heard them completely but started offering solutions only when they started repeating. The last step is the healing process. The first thing to understand is whether they are willing to get out of the situation or not. Now, understand that most of the cases, people suffering from toxic relationships find it very difficult to get out of relationships, to walk out, or to leave. Also, people suffering from depression, find it very difficult to leave past. So you first have to start by throwing the ball in their court. Ask them whether they're actually willing to accept the fact that there is a healing that is needed and leave what is hurting them. The psychiatrists, they often tell people that healing has nothing to do with willingness. And this is a lie. I repeat, this is a lie. Unless there is a willingness in person to heal and to do something better with life, there is no healing possible. So all you have to do is You have to induce that willingness in them, that tell them to get up and get going, and tell them to you know give them different ways, give them lifestyle changes, give them nutritional changes, give them all sorts of solutions that you can, once you realize that they're willing to change. And if you think they're not willing to change, give them the strength that creates that willingness in them. So I've tried dividing it into three steps, and I know my bad throat has destroyed a lot, but I've tried my best, and I hope this helps everybody who is joining us for next 10 days. Thank you. I'm Gitika from Sabrata.